The heart of New Yorkers Against Gun Violence Education Fund lies with our youth programming that reach more students than ever in 2021. Every day, our educators engage with students in neighborhoods where gun violence is an everyday reality. 66% of our students report that they know someone who has been shot. 76% say that they have heard gunshots in those neighborhoods. For our students, gun violence is a problem that is affecting their families and friends on a daily basis. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, making connections with these youth remains as important as ever.
In minority communities, we're often pushed aside, and this pandemic showed that we really are neglected. And I believe that with all these tools that we have, we're able to speak out more from our homes, from our bedrooms. We're able to show our activism.
The teachers were really, really excited to get us back into the schools and back into spaces with the young folks, because they knew that young people had so much that they wanted to express. They, so much of their lived experiences match the curriculum that we've created throughout the years.
I think particularly this year with the pandemic, we lack human connection. A lot of school was virtual. This year more than any other, you really felt them wanting us there, right? Wanting our team, especially when things would happen like issues of police brutality or certain shootings or about COVID.
The reaction program allowed us to go in depth on certain situations that we believed were problems and figure out why they were problems. And maybe those whys can help us figure out how to make solutions.
With our curriculum transformed to a virtual format, hundreds of students in youth programs were able to learn about the many causes of gun violence. And we added new content. We partnered with the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene to create new lessons about the link between redlining, housing injustice, and high rates of gun violence. Even virtually, our students still had the chance to speak directly to lawmakers about their ideas for how to make their schools and communities safer.
I feel like being in the reaction program prepped me for speaking with elected officials because I was able to gain more knowledge and not be misinformed when speaking to people in power. I learned about things like redlining and gun trafficking, and by learning those things, I'm able to properly articulate myself so that they can understand what I'm saying and what I'm trying to solve.
Students who complete our program report increased knowledge about gun violence and its causes, and a new awareness that guns do not make them safer. But most importantly, our students gain the confidence and knowledge to make a difference in their own communities.
We are the ones who are really going through it, especially with us being young and having to deal with this sometimes on our own. We need to go out there and speak to them and say, hey, my grandmother needs this, my father, my little sister. It's important for us to actually get our voices out there so they know what we need.